Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just before 12 noon in Honolulu, 6 o'clock in New York. It is Wednesday, January 30th, 2019, and this is the Daily Report for Gold and Silver. After Jerome Powell spoke, we saw gold spike up tremendously as the dollar really came down hard and quick. In fact, when we look at the dollar index, we'll do that first. That was down about 0.4% at 95.13. A vast majority of today's gains in gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. But back to gold. Gold did rather nicely. February contract, 13.1940, putting it up about 10.50. However, we have a trade, and that trade is in the April contract, up $9.70 at 13.2490. Of course, we'll talk about that in detail as we pull up our technical studies. Silver, respectable gain also, 1.5%. Back over $16 at $16.08. And palladium, nice gain, $17. But if you look at the price, $13.21, compare that to April, we actually have gold above palladium yet once again. Very, very interesting action. Now, across the board, we did have strong equities. Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 434 points. The composite gained 154, and the S&P 43 points. So traders, extremely interesting action, nice upside move in the precious metals. We're looking at a chart of February. April is quickly becoming the most active, but the data when you go back 6 months or so is kind of fuzzy, so to speak. It's very lackluster. So I am using the February until they officially change it to the most active month in April. April, of course, as I said, is sitting a lot higher. Currently, I believe at 1324. We got in at 1307. Now, here's what I'm seeing. We are now, in terms of our Elliott wave count, that's the first thing that I want to look at. We are now still in a third wave, and we have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, the projection from Elliott wave is coming in up around 1360. And my sense is that we could have a little bit of resistance at around 1326. We'll correspond that to the April contract in a second. And then 1360. And then, of course, the record high of last year, which was 1370. And that's where we're starting the top of this fib retracement from 1370 down to the lows that were hit mid-August. And that's when the market was trading roughly at 1167. Traders, the best way to look at the April contract right now is the weekly because it really clarifies the week data coming in at the end. And on this particular chart, I do in essence have the same fib retracement starting from 1370 and going down to about 1165. Now, my sense is that we could hit as high as 1338 before running into resistance. We are at 1322. So we are above the 1.38 extension. And in essence, what that is an extension of is a wave 1 extension. We're starting here and going to this point here, measuring this distance, coming down to a second wave, which occurs right here. And then from this point here, we are extending our wave 1 straight up. So if wave 1 equals wave 3, that would come in much, much lower. Of course, wave 3 is typically the largest. So I started at 1.38, but a typical wave in Elliott wave for wave 3 is the 1.618% extension of wave 1. And so my current target right now is 1338. Traders, we will move our stops up in the next 24 hours, and I am recommending that you maintain your current long position. And traders, lastly, I do want to go over something I said at the beginning, which was that gold was more expensive than palladium. I guess it's the contract months we're looking at because when I go to a continuous contract, I'm looking at a monthly futures chart of gold, monthly futures chart of palladium. It is showing palladium above gold still, palladium trading at 1321 and 1319.5 0.5. In other words, that is because they're still using February as an active. As I said, when we look at April gold, that's at 24. So we're very, very close to parity, I guess is the best way to put it. And as it compares to the April contract, palladium is less expensive than gold. Nonetheless, it's been a most interesting day and some most interesting moves. I will look for higher pricing in gold, and those are our current targets that we spoke about. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.